Week 4 of the Gainbridge Super League season brings us to South Florida. Through the first 3 weeks, no other teams collected more points than Fort Lauderdale United and Dallas Trinity. Tonight's match is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing, keeping South Florida cool and comfortable year-round. Alongside Christine Huber, Jack Edwards here with you in the broadcast booth. Fort Lauderdale taking on Dallas. We can look at the season for Fort Lauderdale to this point. A win last time out, 5 total points picked up.
They're undefeated right now. They've scored in all 3 matches so far, coming off of their first win of the season. They had goals from Locklear and Simpson, which has really alleviated the pressure off of Hamid.
Thrilling draws. First at home against Lexington and Carolina. 5 combined goals for both teams across those games. Picked up a win at Spokane last time out. Ella Simpson scoring the winner. We can look at today's player to watch, powered by Baptist Health. It is Kiara Locklear with 2 goals this season.
And last year, she scored 7 goals, had 4 assists. She shows up in big moments. She scored 2 goals in last year's semifinal. She's composed under pressure. The more they feed her, the more dangerous she's going to be.
Entering Friday, Fort Lauderdale was second in the Gainbridge Super League with 5 points. In first place was Dallas with 9 points. They've won all 3 matches so far.
And this is the only perfect team in the league right now. They have multiple shutouts, a good sound defensive structure. They have a balanced scoring attack with goals from Balada, McCutcheon, Thornton, and more.
After a come-from-behind win over Spokane in the first game of the season and a win against Brooklyn, they had to work hard in Jacksonville, and they leaned on Rhea Moore, who set history with her match winner, becoming the youngest goal scorer in U.S. women's pro soccer history at 15 years, 332 days old. Allie Thornton was a player who was dominant in 2024-25. 1 goal so far this season, looking on her to be important.
And she had 13 goals last year, the Golden Boot winner. She scored the first hat trick in league history, and this year the match winner over Spokane, which is a header off of a driven cross in the box.
It's the first meeting of 2025-26 between these 2 teams. Fort Lauderdale won both times they were at home last season. The league's best attack meets the stingiest defense. Who will triumph at Beyond Bankert Field? Lineups and first half kit coming up on the other side of this break.
2 decades of experience in the payment industry, Beyond Bankcard is more than just a payment processor. We are a partner dedicated to your success. Our mission is simple: to provide innovative, flexible payment processing solutions tailored to meet your needs.
We partner up with various companies, restaurants, retail, smoke shops, convenience stores, you name it, we have the POS system for it.
Whether it's tools we provide or the relationships we nurture, Beyond Bankcard is here to power your payment solutions.
From the trusted family of All Year Cooling and the official water of Fort Lauderdale United FC, we bring you All Year Hydration. Our whole home water purification system removes chlorine, lead, microplastics, even forever chemicals. Visit us at allyearhydration.com to book your free water test today.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gainbridge, graded assists for your savings.
Welcome into South Florida. Fort Lauderdale United FC taking on Dallas Trinity FC. Today's player walkout is presented by Amaran Bank. Alongside Christine Hubert, Jack Edwards here with you. We can look at our lineups for tonight, presented by LaCroix Sparkling Water. For Fort Lauderdale, are coming off the back of their first win of the campaign, and 2 changes made by Tyrone Mears.
Yeah, one change is because Taylor Smith is suspended due to 2 yellow cards last game. So we'll see Rosalie come into that middle. Nabette's coming in as well. She's going to be a little higher out in front, fill that space, and Hamid, of course, is going to be running that left flank.
Nabette making her debut on loan from Angel City. For Dallas, they've won all 3 games so far in 2025-26. One change made. Chioma Ubogulu comes into the lineup.
Coming in for Sealy Strong there in the midfield, and she'll be fine in that position. Weisner, as we know, in the back, just the captain, anchor in the back. She'll go up and play a little bit into that center midfield there. Lancaster and Tamara Bolt, they will be flying up the wings.
Those are your lineups, both presented by LaCroix in the build-up to this match. Match number 4 in the campaign for both Fort Lauderdale and Dallas. Tyrone Mears looking on in year number 2 at the helm for Fort Lauderdale United. Got all the way to the final in the inaugural Gainbridge Super League season, trying to replicate similar success. They're at home here today against a high-flying Dallas side that have been very hard to score against. Back-to-back shutouts for the visiting side. Both teams are going to be embarking on long trips away from home. For Fort Lauderdale, this is their last home match until November 1st, and Chris Petroselli is embarking on a road trip himself that will go until November 2nd. Petroselli in a acting head coach role alongside his position as the general manager. It's going to be a hard-fought match here, Christine, between these two sides. Points very valuable here.
Oh, yes. The fact that we have 2 perfect teams, or 2 undefeated teams left in the league, it is going to be a battle. Before last night, it was number 1 versus number 2. Lexington and DC tying, gave them each a point. So now it's a top 4 matchup.
That draw last night knocked off that narrative, 1 versus 2, but it is indeed the 2 teams that were the most successful in terms of points accumulated in weeks 1, 2, and 3. And they meet here in South Florida for the first meeting of 2025-26. Fort Lauderdale won twice in South Florida when they met in the inaugural season. Irina Petronuk is our head official. We have her signal, and we have action underway. Fort Lauderdale United will attack from right to left across your screen in their all-black kits, while Dallas Trinity will attack from left to right. Alongside Christine Huber, Jack Edwards here with you in the broadcast booth on Peacock. We appreciate you joining us on this Saturday night. Now to drop in the midfield. Possession fought for early on. Ella Simpson knocks a pass forward. She's played in a versatile role in the early weeks of this campaign, starting as a left back in the season opener, playing center back last time out. Back-to-back games with a goal for the defender. Since joining in the offseason, Simpson. It's along the back line now for Fort Lauderdale. Grosso, a bit of a loose touch, and Tamara Bolt, Wisner, and now to the defense of Dallas Trinity. Dallas attacking from left to right here. Our pregame coin toss was brought to you by Beyond Bankert, setting the stage for every great moment. Attack in that direction at the start of this match. They had to dig deep late on in their match in Jacksonville, lean on a sub to get that winner in the end. And we can look now at our keys to the game, presented by Amaranth Bank, your hometown bank, supporting every winning strategy, connected attack, and utilizing the width, the important things for you, Christine.
Yeah, for Fort Lauderdale, it's connecting the attack, getting those midfielders involved, and connecting with those forwards to get in and behind the defense.
It's a probing pass into the channel, one for Tamara Bolt to chase. Simpson will get there first. And no nonsense from the center back, out for a throw.
Yeah, and for Dallas, is exactly what we just saw there, right? They want to play and utilize that width. Use those wings. Get the ball out wide. Let them do their work, use their speed, and get those crosses into the box.
Guidry throws one in. Thornton with some hold-up play here. Grosso gets a challenge in and keeps it from going out for a corner. It's instead a throw-in, still with Dallas attacking in the early stages of this match. Guidry loses out here. Good bit of composure there and an attempted pass to spray it forward. Niemeche trying to drive that one upfield. Playing again in the midfield. Made her first start last time out. On the defensive side now is Tamara Bolt gets this one in the attacking channel. Drops it into the back post. Shania Gordon able to get onto it. Under the pressure of Chioma Ubogugu. Able to slide it away. Nabet, you can see what she was trying to do. Unable to pull that one off, and it's out for a throw-in. Tonight's injury report is presented by Baptist Health. Leveni Vaca, one player listed for Fort Lauderdale. A few players working their way back for Dallas. More long-term absences. And Rhea Moore, who off that big high last time on her professional debut, unavailable as well for Trinity FC. It's a long ball over the top, dropped in the channel for Van Treek. She'll be able to get onto it, and first time trying to drive it in. Pushed away defensively, but early attack for Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, a nice attack forward there for Fort Lauderdale. Good counterattack, just using their pace, using their speed.
Kelly Van Treek had an assist in her debut for the season against Lexington. 3 starts for her on the right wing. It's thrown in for Niemeche. Back to Gordon. Nabet moves this one into the channel towards the end line. Puts the brakes on and whips one into the box. It's a little overhit. Julia Grosso will try and retrieve and just can't quite get there in time. Trying to get on the end of that pass from Lily Nabet. Was announced this week on loan from Angel City. Made just 1 appearance in the NWSL in 2025. 35 total since joining Angel City back in 2022 after a collegiate career at Duke. But joins on loan and immediately dropped into the midfield by Tyrone Mears.
You can already see what quality she brings to this side as well. That last cross, I think she meant to bent it a little more towards the far post than over everyone's head. But she's going to get a lot of touches today in that midfield.
Niemeche wins this one. Nabet. Rajai picks her head up and slides it to Hamid. The flag goes up, though, on the far side of the field. A free kick going against the left winger of Fort Lauderdale. Just a little too early on that run.
Hamid needs to bend it out just a little bit, or the midfielders need to send it in sooner. But again, with Nabet just joining the team, it's going to take a little bit for them to get into rhythm.
So another free kick. 5 minutes into this match. No shots as of yet between Fort Lauderdale and Dallas. Dallas were maintaining their top spot. They won't be able to be overtaken for quite some time. 9 points so far off of 3 wins. With the draw last night between DC and Lexington, it displaced Fort Lauderdale from 2nd down to 4th in the very early stages of this Gainbridge Super League season. Rajai can't get her head to it. Simpson and Nabet now play it to Ansbrow. Rajai trying to cut a pass along. Guidry intercepts. There's Lancaster now able to carry away from some danger. Davison. 3rd start of the campaign for Davison, trying to drop one over the top for Bolt. Running onto this one in the channel. Tamara Bolt gets to it and keeps this one alive. Driving in now centrally. Cuts a pass along. It's a clever idea. Moved along to the far side now. It's with Hinson. Low ball across the box and just can't quite get a tap in for Allie Thornton. Dangerous in the attack for Dallas.
Very dangerous. And you see it all started on that right flank, right? Playing Bolt nice and wide. Then they worked that ball over to the opposite side, keeping possession the entire time. And I'm not sure why Thornton didn't lay out and use her right foot. She tried to use the outside of her left foot to put it in instead of a sliding ball with the inside of her right.
Dangerous attack there. No shot yet as of yet for Dallas, but the closest we've come to a goal-scoring opportunity.
That's the build-up that Dallas wants.
Just 1 goal for both of these sides in their last match. They had to work hard for road wins. 1-0, both sides able to accumulate them. Bolt not quite able to keep it in play. I believe it went out for a goal kick.
We're going to keep seeing that direct play up over the top, over Fort Lauderdale defense for Bolt to run onto.
This one appears to have perhaps been offside. But Fort Lauderdale, they were at Spokane last weekend. Just the 1 goal. Alice Simpson, the one credited to it. Ramirez talking to him this week. He wanted to see a more connected attacking performance from his side. Felt that it wasn't at the standard they wanted after that one, but it's much easier to make those changes and assessments off the back of 3 points than any other situation. Very well played through the press here from Fort Lauderdale. A probing pass forward, aiming for Hamid. Angles out of play. It was Rajaei trying to slide it forward for Jasmine Hamid, who scored in the season opening 3-all draw with Lexington. It was a late equalizer from the spot. A welcome return to a normal victory after thrilling back and forth games. There's a tug from behind there, and Lily Nabet, 8 minutes into her Fort Lauderdale debut, will have her name taken as the first player cautioned so far in this match.
If there's one way that you're going to stop Tamara Bolt, that's going to be it, right? You're going to have to grab her jersey, take her down, because she had so much space in front of her. There was really nothing Nabet could have done except stop her that way.
The replay was delivered to you by Delta Airlines, and it sets up now a free kick for Dallas Trinity FC. Got some players roaming forward with this one, but Wisner will opt for the sideways pass instead. Pushing down by Guidry. Guidry one-on-one with Grosso. Puts the brakes on, and the supporting challenge coming in from Rajaei, knocks it out for a throw.
She did not see that double team coming over. We're going to see some pace in tonight's game. We already have. Those long balls are going to be sent on the flanks, on the wings. Let them go.
Hinson tussling for this one. It's a pass angled out wide. Miscommunication there. Bella Hera puts that one out of play. They throw in Dallas with the high pressure, creating a turnover in an advanced position. Wisner, the captain, will angle one in the box. Dangerous cushion towards goal. First save of the match made by Bella Hera. In the end, a shot that was relatively central from Chioma Ubogugu, but a dangerous attacking sequence.
Credit Wisner for that nice ball in the box.
Very delicately played pass.
Almost too delicate, right? Because then it led to a soft header.
Hamid for Van Tree, cushions it down, striking across frame. Fort Lauderdale matching with a shot of their own 10 minutes in. That one flashes wide from Van Treek.
We're up for some excitement today. I mean, this is going to be back and forth with these players and the speed that they have. Counterattacks, transitions, they are going to be fast. I almost thought she handballed it there, but good job getting her arm out of the way. And if you're going to shoot, shoot wide. Shoot for that far post. Hope Hamid or somebody's on the back end to knock it in.
Bolt rolls this one back to Guidry. Lancaster receiving with her back to goal. Miscommunication there between her and Bolt. Grosso takes the throw. There's a push from behind from Daria Rajaei, and it results in a Dallas free kick. Early stages of this one here. One of 3 matches going on this evening in the Gainbridge Super League. Also in Florida and Jacksonville. Sporting Jacks taking on the reigning Players Shield winners Carolina Ascent. And later this evening, across the country in Spokane, they'll take on Tampa Bay to round out action, all on Peacock here this Saturday evening. Shania Gordon carrying this one forward, trying to drop it into the back posts, a little overhit. Gordon overlapping from that right back position that she's played in the first 3 games so far this season, maintaining that spot as a very attack-minded threat from a defensive position.
And credit Hamid for keeping that ball in possession, having to go all the way over to the other side to keep it with Fort Lauderdale United and keep that ball forward.
Foster, 4th start of the campaign now, in between the sticks for Riley Foster.
Fort Lauderdale showing some high pressure as well.
Rogers looking on to things. Associate head coach for Fort Lauderdale United FC. Off the ball, Sarah Locklear went down. Van Treek goes short as the option, and Gordon can slide it to Nabet. Guidry. Bellata. Under a bit of pressure there, McCutcheon goes back to Foster, and first time Foster able to drop one along to Hinson. Ubogugu. Hinson now. Lofted pass forward, dropping it in for Tamara Bolt. Gets there first at the end line, cuts it along frame, and very well dealt with by Bella Hera. Coming off her first shutout as a professional, became the second youngest to get a shutout in Gainbridge Super League history last time out in that 1-0 win over Spokane.
Hera really read that well, was able to just pick that cross off.
Hera turned 23 on Wednesday, so not a bad week for her. Sets a record for the Gainbridge Super League. Last time out, just 3 goalkeepers have gotten shutouts so far this campaign. 2 of them have been from Riley Foster in between the sticks for Dallas.
Dallas just continuing their momentum from last season. And they were such a strong squad, and then they filled in with a few more players. They were one of the teams I circled. Once I saw their final roster, I was like, that is a strong group. That is a strong team.
Locklear scrapes one along. Lancaster. You touched on that roster, though, Christine. 14 players returning for Dallas. A very strong group coming back. They brought in 11 new players. And that really was the MO for Chris Petroselli, was trying to just take what they did in 2024-25 and level it up a little bit.
And he's done such a great job with the group, not only as general manager, but now as acting head coach as well. I mean, it's just a top-class organization.
Ansbrow. Gordon. There's Van Treek trying to slide one forward. Gordon won't continue her run for it. Foster. Niemeche intercepts in the midfield for the home side. Simpson. Grosso is pointing where she wants it. Pass intercepted, though, by Bolt. One back half the field by Jasmine Hamid. Hamid rolls it along for Locklear, trying to return it. It's going to break in the box for Van Treek and opens the scoring. At home, Fort Lauderdale strike first. And it's a first goal now for Kelly Van Treek for Fort Lauderdale United, who take a 1-0 lead.
And that ball was bouncing around with players there. Locklear was down. Credit Hamid was starting this. She was the one who picked it off defensively and started that counterattack. Went straight towards the goal with it. Does a great job. She makes the defender commit to her, makes her stop the ball. That's when the dish happens, and eventually it sets up Van Treek for her first goal.
This Fort Lauderdale United FC goal is brought to you by Baptist Health, committed to keeping our athletes and community at their best. It's the first time Dallas have conceded since the 21st minute back on August. They allowed an early goal to Allie Cook. They came from behind at home 1-2-1. But it's Fort Lauderdale who strike first here, trying to follow up on a bit of good momentum they earned last time out. Play restarts. Dallas will have to look for a response here. 16.5 minutes down into the game. The home side, the ones who have struck first. Hamid loses out, but does well to stay with the play defensively. A nice step over and slides it forward to Locklear. Rolls it along to Niemeche. Was there a push from behind? There was indeed. It's a foul and a free kick. And it's a free kick now for Fort Lauderdale United. Select is the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select is the player's choice. Kelly Van Treek with the lone goal so far in this match. They got the ball in the 18-yard box and caused some chaos, and that was something they really struggled to do in Spokane last weekend, Fort Lauderdale, and immediately having an improvement there for an early first-half goal.
Me just making the correct decisions on that play there, on that goal.
No one initially credited with an assist to it.
I think it was off of Locklear. Hamid to Locklear. Even though Locklear fell down, she thought she got taken out. She was still able to get her pass off.
We'll see if that gets tweaked around as Shania Gordon offers a supporting run from right back. Rolls it centrally for Van Treek. Lets it run across her body. Niemeche will be able to run onto this one. Has Grosso on the overlap, but goes onto her right foot. Niemeche, she wants her first. On the second try, will get it out of her feet. This one saved by Foster. Pair of shots there for the young Ghanaian midfielder. One on target.
Niemeche, I mean, she just wanted to get a shot off there. Dallas doing a good job, just not giving her space.
Van Treek gets the final touch to that one, so it's a throw in far side of the field. It's the Florida teams that are off to strong starts in Jacksonville. Ashlyn Puerta with a goal. It's 1-0 for Sporting Jacks over Carolina Ascent. Gordon back to Ansbrow. Simpson to Hamid. First time to Grosso. Hamid will continue her run. The pass a little under hit. And Tamara Bolt can get there and not win a foul. She felt that she was infringed upon. It's going to be a Dallas throw-in.
Tamara Bolt just looking for a call there. Anything she wants.
Slid along. Allie Thornton will receive it here. Drop it into the back post. Ubogugu will be the player to try and retrieve it, but Gordon will get to it first and clear one upfield. Out. Throw in here for Dallas.
Next step for Dallas is, can they find those players in the box? They're getting open on the wings. They're sending the balls in, but now they need to pick out players.
That's going to be a foul. A tussle between Van Treek and Bellata results in a throw. Chris Petroselli looking on his side down in the early stages of this one.
Looks like he's in deep thought there.
Had a very strong start to the campaign. Allowed just one goal entering this match. Match that total with Van Treek scoring early on. Ubogugu trying to drop it forward. Nabet in the midfield. Hooks it forward. Nabet. Debutant rolls it back. Now it's with Hera. Fort Lauderdale building out from the back here. Ansbrow has Gordon in an advanced position, and Gordon can slide it back to Niemeche. Hera. Here's Simpson now. And the bet. Rajai, longest passing sequence here for Fort Lauderdale. Niemeche to Gordon, slides one forward for Van Treek. Latches onto it, puts the brakes on. Van Treek already won today. Her shot took a deflection and claimed by Foster.
What a great offensive buildup by Fort Lauderdale. I mean, they were knocking the ball about. Almost everybody touched it in that sequence. They finally find the gaps and the holes to attack through.
Guidry. Great strength from Tamara Bolts. Makes a big touch out of her feet. Just can't quite keep that one in play. It runs out for a throw in.
If there's anyone in the league that I would say give a green light to do the speed move, it would be Tamara Bolt.
Tonight's game is presented by Hard Rock Bet, bringing the thrill of the game straight to your fingertips. 24th minute here. Kelly Van Treek with the lone goal of this match between Fort Lauderdale and Dallas. Previous two matches here at Beyond Bankert Field have been won by Fort Lauderdale when they've played against Dallas. Back in May, as well as in December of last year. All of the games have been very close, decided by one goal. A 1-0 win for Dallas got the series started in November of last season. 2-1 win and a 1-0 win at home for Fort Lauderdale, and a 1-1 draw at the Cotton Bowl in April. So every game has been very closely fought between these sides. Not much has been between them. We'll see if that trend continues here today. Lockleader was making a run through the middle. Opted for the sideways pass to Van Treek. Slipped in behind for Gordon. They're appealing for offside. They won't get it, though. Gordon, Niemeche, it's a vital block. A goal-saving block to keep it at just 1-0. Rajai has a few options, including Gordon, who receives it here. She almost got an assist on that pass backwards. Van Treek. Fort Lauderdale these last few minutes. They're in a great spot.
They're looking good offensively. They're now connecting midfielders to forwards. I would like to see the forwards bend their runs just a little bit more. All Dallas has to do is step up, and they'll be offside every time.
Brasso to Niemeche. Nabet.
Nabet's just an integral piece, right? I mean, she's just so smooth with the ball in the midfield. She's setting everything up.
And turned over. Nabet, who's on a yellow card, has to be cautious here as Hannah Davison tries to stretch the field forward. A few options with her, including Lancaster. Bolt in a more reserved position receives this one. Hamid comes from her blind side. Good defensive work from the forward.
Good defensive work, but Dallas, you have to talk. Talk to your teammates. Let them know there's a man coming on behind.
I mean that comment, Christine, about how integral Nabet has been in this match so far. You'd be surprised that she's been with the team for just a few days, joining on loan from Angel City. Very early on, having an important role in the midfield.
And look, if you're a good player, you can go out anywhere and perform. There's going to be some misconnections, but right now she's doing a great job just controlling that center mid, just keeping everyone calm, composed. She may not even know everyone's name out there, but she's getting the job done.
It's allowed Niemeche to slide a bit further forward, almost as a 10 at times, as Nabet tries to clip a pass over the top. Flag goes up for offside.
Yeah, that was a little too obvious.
Van Treek made her run just a moment too soon.
And to go back to the point I was saying before, if Van Treek were to bubble out her run, just go a little bit more towards the sideline, then connect, nonverbal communication with the midfielders, and then she makes that run. If Dallas Trinity makes any adjustments at halftime, they're going to look to step and get Fort Lauderdale offside.
Off play for a throw in for Fort Lauderdale. Locklear Spins kindly with this one. Trying to spray it along to Hamid. Too central. Guidry gets to it. Here's a turnover. Van Treek again gets onto one. Van Treek a low strike, and it's just wide of frame. So close for Van Treek, not just to double the score line, but her goal tally on the day.
And these offensive attacks for Fort Lauderdale, they're coming off of them winning it on the defensive end. The forwards, the attackers, they're the ones winning it, clipping it off of Dallas's feet, and they're just so fast, so quick at that counterattack and transition.
Goal kick here for Riley Foster. Well, fans, you can look ahead. Fort Lauderdale United FC will be back in action at home on November 1st. That match will be against Brooklyn FC. Make sure you get your tickets at ftlutd.com. November 1st at 7:30 against Brooklyn. Long trip on the road for Fort Lauderdale. They'll be at Brooklyn, Tampa, and Lexington before their next step beyond Bankert Field. Dallas themselves embarking on a road expedition. They're taking to Tampa, Lexington. They're back at home against DC Power on November 2nd. Mia Mache.
Almost a little miscommunication there.
Here's a pass over the top. Hamid is going to get onto this one. Two with her in the attack. Jasmine Hamid, low ball in, pushed away. Maya McCutcheon vitally clears that one away for a throw.
Nice build up there by Fort Lauderdale. Hamid, I think, making the correct decision there, getting a nice low cross across the box.
Hamid trying to slide it forward for Grosso, unable to do so.
Nice little no-look pass.
She had no look to it. The defenders did, though. Intercepted. Locklear high press, leaves a challenge in a little late. Catches McCutcheon there. Referee goes over for a quick word. We'll see if there's anything more for the center forward from Fort Lauderdale. I think it's just a warning. Nothing else here in the 30th minute.
Little unnecessary there for Locklear.
Seven to 1, Fort Lauderdale out shooting Dallas in the first half hour of this one. Foster trying to spray one along, can't get it on. It's out of play. Throw in Fort Lauderdale. Simpson, defender, but Simpson has been popping up in important ways. Equalizer against Carolina, winner against Spokane. 2 goals so far this campaign. Threaded pass forward. Ansbrow, the only one in the area.
Stella, in between. Key, ready. Man on. Come on, Dart.
Van Treek. Back to Rajai.
Come on. Jazz inside.
Slipped forward for Hamid. Jasmine Hamid has it now on the left wing. Drives centrally. She has that in her locker from distance. That one dragged wide of frame.
She definitely can shoot, and she has the green light to shoot, but she had players and numbers up advantage there.
Dallas, who have been significantly outpossessed and outshot in the early stages of this match. Goes out here. Thornton does. With Simpson behind her, Grosso intercepts. haven't won as of yet at home. They've played in very thrilling draws when they played at Beyond Bankert Field. They led by 2-0 at one point against Lexington. That match finished in a 3-3 draw. They came from a goal down against Carolina, ended up having a 2-2 draw in that one. Christine, I'm not trying to build up the narrative of a comeback for Dallas here, but how did Dallas get back into this game down 2-0 at halftime?
I think at halftime, Chris probably talked to them about their back defensive line. They have to be on the same page. They have to make that decision. Are they going to be trying to pull those Fort Lauderdale attackers offside, or are they going to hang back? And maybe 2-0 down, maybe they even take one of those defenders, hear me out, throw them up forward, so then it's only 3 of their defenders working on the same page. Play that high line, keep getting Fort Lauderdale offside, and that'll push their players forward.
Get you updated if any swaps are made after 45 for either team. Fort Lauderdale have to be incredibly happy after a first half where they scored one themselves, earned an own goal. There's some excitement, some energy from the Dallas bench. You wonder, to be a fly in the wall of the dressing room, you mentioned Chris Petroselli and what he may have said to the side. Let's flip it on the other side. For Tyrone Mears and Fort Lauderdale, what are you saying after a 45 like that where it was so good, but the job's only half done?
Yeah, he's obviously happy, right? That's a much happier locker room at halftime, but there's still plenty they can work on. They need to make those connections between the midfielders and the forwards and the attackers. We mentioned that pregame, right? That was one of our keys, and we saw a lot of misconnections.
45 minutes are down here in South Florida. We appreciate you riding with us through some technical difficulties, but it's 2-0 in favor of the home side. Kelly Van Treek, her first goal for her new side. Hannah Davison, an own goal, is how it stands halfway through this one. Whistle restarts play with Dallas, who will attack from right to left across your screen. Fort Lauderdale and their all-black kids will attack from left to right. Once Christine Huber, Jack Edwards here with you in the broadcast booth. Shania Gordon trying to slide a pass forward, intercepted early on in this second half of play. Bellotta trying to slide it centrally, aiming for Thornton, not able to pull it off.
And if I'm Dallas, in that locker room, you don't want to travel all this way. Travel here to go home with a loss, right? It makes it a sad trip home. They are going to have a wild 45 minutes. I guarantee you they are going to be picking up this pace.
They were testing Jacksonville a lot in that match on the road. Also in Florida. They'll be next weekend in Tampa. So 3 straight matches in Florida.
Sunshine State. Why not come back?
Hopping around. But they tested them significantly. Jamie Gerstenberg making 8 saves for Sporting Jacksonville. A very important intervention there to keep that match close. In the end, though, Dallas, who controlled that game, were able to get a late winner from Rhea Moore. Who will they be able to turn to in this one, if anybody, try and claw themselves back into this performance? Hamid nods one along, aiming for Locklear. Hamid trying to slide it backwards. It's blocked out of play for a throw. Locklear acrobatically trying to drop a pass forward. Referee was allowing the advantage to continue, but no advantage came about, so it's a free kick here for Fort Lauderdale United.
It's important for Fort Lauderdale that they keep the foot on the gas pedal, right? Don't let out. Just tweak a few little things, but keep that intensity, keep that high pressure.
Flag goes up for offside. It's a free kick far side of the field to come for Dallas. If anything, halftime was almost an unwanted interruption.
Yeah, definitely.
For Fort Lauderdale. They looked so complete in that first half defensively, very astute. They had some few chances. You saw in those halftime highlights there were some opportunities. Allie Thornton couldn't latch onto it for what would have been a tap in, but also the first shot of the game came the way of Dallas. They have to defend here as Locklear tries to slide it forward for Hamid. She puts the brakes on, and she'll get to this one. Hamid, first time, just wide of the net. That was a deceiving one.
It was from our angle up here in the booth.
It looked like for a moment that Jasmine Hamid had made it 3-0 Fort Lauderdale. And obviously, we've seen crazy comebacks in the Gainbridge Super League. But that one would have felt like game over, perhaps, if Hamid had found the back of the net here.
And a little behind the foot pass there. Hamid able to recover and get it back in.
Replay delivered by Delta Airlines. Here is a shot out of that replay. Yeah, Locklear gets that one off frame, so some early efforts trying to continue where they left off in that first half. Fort Lauderdale are.
And Foster, whether this is part of the game plan or not, just playing really high outside of her goal. So they're going to look to push her up, really push everybody up for Dallas to try and get 2 goals to equalize.
It's a goal kick here for Riley Foster. Launches this one back into play. Header one there by Van Treek. McCutcheon will go all the way back to Foster. Let's bring this pass forward to Guidry. Beat that first line of pressure. They generate from this. Lancaster, far side of the field. Wisner returns it. And a lifted pass forward. Only finds the head of Ella Simpson. Ubogugu trying to play it along to the forward line. It's cleared away. This one will bounce awkwardly in the midfield. Slight bump from behind. Shania Gordon wanted advantage to be played, but her side will get the free kick after a push from behind.
We talked about at halftime, right? Dallas and their back four, they need to communicate, they need to be on the same page, and my suggestion was go with 3 in the back, and that's exactly what they've done. They have 3 in the back now. They're going to be able to communicate, they're going to be able to pull the offside trap a little better and get those Fort Lauderdale players offside as they're flying up the wing. And this is also going to push a up forward for Dallas.
Niemeche trying to fire a pass forward. Locklear, it's going to bounce around. Out now for a throw-in for Dallas. 5 minutes into the second 45. 2 goals in the first half from Fort Lauderdale. Tyrone Mears looking on in year number 2 as the head coach for the home side. Kelly Van Treek and Hannah Davis an own goal. What we have to this point. Van Treek's in all sorts of space. Niemeche trying to get out of her feet. The pass a little behind the forward. Van Treek past the first challenger. Vital challenge from behind from McCutcheon. Clears it out for a corner. This corner kick is going to be presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. After a decisive challenge from behind from McCutcheon.
And this is where you're going to beat the back 3 now of Dallas. Get it out wide. They are going to have to shift over. The ball will always go faster than any player running. So that's a great ball by Fort Lauderdale to get it wide.
All Your Cooling and Plumbing corner. Niemeche is in the area. She'll pass off duties to Talia Rajai, who will take this one from the near side of the field. Rajai drives one into the box. And he meets the first Dallas head. Niemeche. Rajai lifts it into the box. It breaks at the back post. Foster wasn't able to get onto it, and it's cleared away decisively. It's a really dangerous angled pass there. Referee, I believe, might be pulling this one back. beat Bella Hera at that near post. Shot goes just wide of frame. Look at it here.
And don't forget, last time Tamara Bolt had it, she made a pass that was not very successful to Thornton. So she decided she's going to take it herself this time. Went with the toe poke. Very dangerous play if she can get that on target.
Change here. Making way will be Lily McCarthy. Coming on, I should say, is Lily McCarthy for Dalia Rajai. So like for like in the center of midfield. Change presented by Omega XL Sport. Jack Edwards, Christine Huber here with you. We appreciate you joining us through some technical difficulties here in South Florida. Fort Lauderdale United up 3-0 over Dallas Trinity FC. The visiting side, who made a quadruple sub a few moments ago, trying to work their way back into the game, will get a corner from the far side of the field. Corner, far side of the field coming in just a moment. All Your Cooling and Plumbing presenting it. Whipped into the box. The header towards frame. And a route back into the game for Dallas Trinity. Still a long way back. But can the captain try and engineer a comeback? Amber Wisner with a powerful header. Makes it 3-1.
And if there's one person for Dallas Trinity who is going to help them claw back into this game, it is Amber Wisner. I mean, what a great head goal, right? You can't get any better than that. Off the crossbar and down. And look at that, almost in the upper 90s. No keeper stopping that.
You said almost in the upper 90. The standard was so high for you there, Christine. That was a fantastic header from Amber Wisner. All of a sudden, it's 3-1, and there's a bit of life here. Wisner has played in the midfield for this entire match, played every minute for Dallas Trinity FC. All of a sudden, there's a little bit of belief. But can Fort Lauderdale try and stamp that out as Jasmine Hamid drives through the middle? Hamid gets it onto her right foot. Was there a challenge in the box? Referee points, but at the ball, it was a clean challenge. Chioma Ubogugu now can drive this one forward. Has a switch of play to Caroline Kelly if she wants it. It is going to break its way to Kelly. Lifted in, aiming for Thornton. Kept in play by Hera. Here's the challenge in the box that was said, no penalty.
And Hamid just using her pace to go by players. Hey, fair enough on the referee. She got all ball. Great no call there. Great tackle.
Such a hard position to try and play that challenge into.
And we're watching this on replay. Indeed. You know, they're calling it, the referee's calling it at real time.
Tonight's game is presented by Vera Cadillac, Buick GMC, South Florida's trusted destination for luxury and performance. Stella Umechi is fighting for this one. Bounces out of play for a throw for Dallas, 3-1. They've stopped the home side from picking up back-to-back clean sheets.
Dallas has some of those fresh legs in there now.
Davison out to the far side for Caroline Kelly, one of those players with fresh legs trying to drive at the defense. That one, in the end, last off the Trinity forward. Out for a goal kick for Fort Lauderdale. Stay up to date with the Gainbridge Super League. Sign up for the Super newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. So 15 minutes here. Christine, it's a match that Dallas, it looked dead and buried. It's still a long way back if they're going to try and get a result here. But they win a foul right at halfway, and there's perhaps a chance in this one.
Yeah, if we're looking back on that first half, I mean, Fort Lauderdale just dominated so much and really shut down Dallas, and now they dug themselves a hole, right? So they're trying to come out. They did switch from 4 backs to 3 backs to get players forward. We'll see how it helps.
Here's Kelly, drives one in. It breaks, and Hera makes a vital intervention. Tamara Bolt, an inventive flick towards goal, almost having the deficit at that point.
And you can see Dallas picking up this pace now, sending players forward. I think those subs with the fresh legs are really helping.
This one's going to break for McCarthy right at halfway. Back to Niemetchi. This game is being played at a breakneck pace right now. It's something that will favor Dallas. The more end-to-end this game is, the more space there is to exploit. Perhaps the better. McCarthy can't get a touch to it here.
Get up,
Wisner, goal scorer for Dallas, drops a pass forward, aiming for Kelly. Kelly gets to it and keeps it in play. Grosso seals it off, though, and clears it upfield. Hamid keeps it alive. Niemetchi. Hamid. There's Cat Gonzalez trying to fire it forward to Locklear. Hamid comes away with it here. It's a 3-on-3, 4-on-4 perhaps. Outside of the boot pass. A little under hit for McCarthy. 1-2 attempted. Well intercepted. Kylie Delaney, first time saying her name since coming onto the field. Celie Strawn. Poor pass centrally. Niemetchi. Hamid. Back to Niemetchi.
Just the turnovers that Dallas has had in their defensive third has just been shooting them in the foot all night long.
Here's Strawn trying to slide it through the middle for Thornton. Not able to get it there, and Bellahera can claim this. Try and kill more time.
Nice turn.
Kelly driving towards goal now. Slips it forward for Thornton in a wide position. Thornton challenged. Ansbrow comes away with it with a fantastic intervention. Scraped forward. Referee was playing advantage for a moment. We'll pull it back for a free kick. Right at the edge of the 18 for Fort Lauderdale. And a chance to kill off more valuable time. This is important points if Fort Lauderdale can try and secure them. As we see again, just that challenge from Laurel Ansbrow. Had to get it right in the end. Came away with it. She cleared it. There's just a little bit of a challenge from behind and a free kick.
Both teams really going at it tonight. She's obviously not happy with Thornton taking her legs out a bit after she released the ball.
For Fort Lauderdale, they've got 3 road matches that follow up on this one before their next at home on November 1st against Brooklyn. Dallas, this is match number 2 in what is a 5-match road stint that takes them to November 2nd. McCarthy has Locklear as an option, perhaps. Will slip it in, aiming for Locklear. Drags her a little wide. Cat Gonzalez an option alongside her. Gonzalez receives.
They're in no rush, that's for sure.
They're keeping the ball far away from their own net. Ansbrow goes back. Want it rather now.
I like what Fort Lauderdale has done tonight in possession. They haven't just been knocking the ball back and forth. They're doing it so they're moving the defense around to open up those gaps, and they're going forward with it as soon as they can.
McCarthy trying to slide one forward for Locklear. In the end, a different wavelength to the center forward. McCarthy making her second sub appearance coming off the bench so far this campaign. Wrapped up her collegiate career at West Virginia as an All-Big 12 first-teamer in 2024. 91 appearances across 5 campaigns. Uboglugu back to Wisner. Remember Wisner, her pass intercepted by Julia Grosso. And Grosso can take some big touches forward here. Wisner, though, comes across, gets a challenge in. It breaks kindly for Kiara Locklear. Gets past the first one. Kiara Locklear bearing down on goal. First effort saved. Back to Locklear. Pass Foster. Locklear makes it 4. She had to work for it. But she reestablishes the 3-goal lead for Fort Lauderdale United, who surely will take all 3 points at home.
Locklear just staying with it. A bad clearance by Dallas, and she is able to capitalize. But what a great save, initial save by Foster, coming out, cutting down the angle right here, and then Nothing she can do there. Locklear, for the first time tonight, staying on her feet, and it pays off with a goal.
She's worked hard at that one.
She deserves that one.
Picks up her third goal now of the season. She was right there on the own goal for Hannah Davison. That one will be number 3 of 2025-26 in the Gainbridge Super League.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought.
We're smart. Right now, the Sixers aren't impacting the play.
Fort Lauderdale United FC goal brought to you by Baptist Health, committed to keeping our athletes and community at their best.
Yes.
So a brace for Van Treek, 1 for Locklear, taking her to 3 now, and a team leading mark at that. Caroline Kelly driving forward after advantage was played, drops it into the box. Gordon gets ahead to it. Edge of the area, there's a challenge from behind. There's an appeal for a penalty. Strawn puts it back in the mix, aiming for Tamara Bolt. She gets ahead to it, and it goes wide of frame.
Just may be a little too late for Dallas. That first half just really crushed them.
Come on, guys, here we go. Come on. Come on, Jules. Yes, yeah, give it to her. Come on, Shania, wide. Come on, Kat. Impact it.
Scooped forward. McCarthy past 1, playing it through the middle, aiming for Hamid. No nonsense clearance away.
Sub.
Jazz.
2 more subs and come into the game for Fort Lauderdale. Cheyenne Allen and Carlin Baldwin will be coming into the match. Well, I had a chance for Stella Niemetchi to make way, as well as it appears Jasmine Hamid. So Hamid and Niemetchi both making way here. Second and third subs made by Tyrone Mears and Fort Lauderdale United.
This coaching staff has to be happy. Dallas is a strong team. This is no pushover team by any means. I just think Fort Lauderdale, from the get-go, they came out harder, they came out faster, they were able to finish their chances. And now, I mean, it's crazy to think that Tyrone Mears is able to get in these subs where I'm sure, you know, we were expecting a much closer matchup. And then to do it in front of this home crowd here, this beautiful stadium that they have set up.
Inside, yes. On it. Get up.
Fort Lauderdale have played in some thrilling matches themselves so far this year. A 3-all draw to open the campaign with Lexington. This time they've got 4 goals themselves. It's a challenge from behind. It's a brilliant one from Amber Wisner. Had to get it right. It's cleared forward. No team had yet hit the 4-goal mark in the 2025-26 Gainbridge Super League until now. 4 goals for Tyrone Mears and his side.
Right there, black. You're good right there.
Pair for Van Treek, 1 for Locklear, an own goal. Amber Wisner with what looks to be a consolation goal, a fantastic consolation goal, it has to be said, on a bullet header she had from a corner. Made the comeback a brief possibility. Grosso loses out on this one. Advantage being played as Caroline Kelly rolls this one back to Bolt. Bolt back to Kelly. Kelly with it. It's blocked. A corner comes here, and now a chance for Grosso to get some treatment. Julia Grosso, an awkward one, intervention in the halfway line. You mentioned earlier, Christine, Dallas not being any sort of pushover. Had 9 points from 9 entering this one. They had conceded just 1 goal.
Insane, right? What a difference.
Fort Lauderdale have looked best they've looked so far this campaign, and exactly what they would have wanted to see after the offseason they had, bringing in a number of new players. They brought back 10 players from 2024-25, brought in an initial 12, a few more players coming in on loan, filtering in, as they've put together what is a very strong group on paper for Fort Lauderdale. Obviously, paper doesn't do much when you're out on the field, but it's beginning to pay off and what looks to be a great performance here today.
Yeah, and the thing to remember, right, as we found out last year, this season is so long, right?
Yeah.
We have the fall season, then we go into the spring season. And, I mean, Fort Lauderdale last year got off to a hot start. Brooklyn obviously got off to a very hot start. And things kind of changed in that second half of the season. But I think morale, this is an excellent victory at home, if it comes out as a victory for Fort Lauderdale. And they look good all around, defensively, offensively, keeping possession, being aggressive. And the thing this year, which probably has surprised me most, right? We saw so many players move teams, you know, so many trades, so many new players coming in, people wearing new uniforms, but we already knew their faces. The scores have pretty much been 1 goal, maybe 2 goals, right? Or ties, right? Last night was 0-0. You talked about 3-3 for Fort Lauderdale. They're scoring goals, but a lot of the games have been so close.
The biggest margin we've seen really was that 2-0 win for Lexington last Sunday over Brooklyn, picking up their first win of the season. As it's great to see Julia Grosso back up on her feet. George will be the one who comes on in the place of Julia Grosso. A little preemptive, though. George will have to make her way back before the second half.
Coach, what are we doing?
George is the one they want to bring on, but it might not happen at this exact moment.
It's not a concussion. But they want it.
They can use a pink pass if they want to, yes. Because it's a hand, yes.
Hold on.
Just wait, you gotta come on. I got you. Yeah.
Grosso off the field. We're awaiting confirmation if it's going to be a sub for George before or after this ensuing corner for Dallas.
Yeah, so she's pointing to her head. That's concussion sub, so she's able to enter right away.
So it is going to be Allie George who comes on to make an XL Sport substitution. And this is a all-year cooling and plumbing corner kick. After a bit of a pause here. Minute and a half plus maybe a few minutes of stoppage time for Fort Lauderdale to see out a win potentially. Dangerous corner whipped into the box, breaks towards goal. Gonzalez will try and latch onto it. It's out now. Last off Dallas for a goal kick.
You see this corner kick again. Nice bent in ball. So dangerous when you let a ball bounce in a corner kick. It can just be anyone's ball.
It was Amber Wisner again who was attacking a
and
corner.
That's who got it off the last one. You're right.
Come on, Kelly, gotta win it, Kelly!
So Hannah Davison was yellow carded. That might have happened in the aftermath of the fourth goal for Fort Lauderdale. They're doubling back on that one.
Let's go! Get up!
On the turn, rolled along for Strawn. Celie Strawn with some runners ahead of her. Rolls it in for Allie Thornton. Can't get that first touch right. It's been a challenging night for Allie Thornton. Fantastic season last year. Good start to this campaign as well, but has been limited so far today.
She just really hasn't received the ball in dangerous spots where she usually is. Pointed out a few times, Dallas is just kind of jogging, running forward for their forward runs, their attacking runs. They need to do more. They need to mix up. They need to switch their runs up. They need to change speed, change direction. Make it hard for the defenders to guard them.
8 minutes of additional time at the end of this one. A large chunk of that from Julia Grosso.
We got to step.
A challenge from behind. Ubogugu can't quite keep that one alive. It goes out for a throw-in. It's a Fort Lauderdale throw as Dallas will make their final substitutions of the match. So because a concussion sub was made, it means that one additional sub can be utilized for Dallas. So coming into the game will be Lucy Shepard and Caroline Swan. Swan will make her professional debut here today in the midfield. All these substitutions presented by Omega XL Sports. Swan committed to Texas for the class of 2027 on an amateur deal here with Trinity FC. Will come on in the closing stages of this one on the road in Fort Lauderdale. Forward to Kelly. McCarthy, a drop of the shoulder, free with her on the attack, the cut back. And McCarthy can just square it along, dropped into the channel for Kat Gonzalez. They can keep it there if they want to kill time, or they can try and go for more. Gonzalez will opt for the pragmatic choice, winning the throw. Just to reiterate for those keeping track at home, 6 subs made by Dallas due to the concussion sub used by Julia Grosso. So still one more change can be made by Fort Lauderdale. So it's a concussion sub for Fort Lauderdale going up. One more additional sub for them means the opposing side can match that overall number of subs.
What is she calling?
What do you have? Outside.
And it's going to be a free kick here for Dallas Trinity.
Keep going, Lily.
2 minutes of the 8 down. Towering header, pushing it away.
Cat, able to approach. Kelly, you're here. Yeah, come on, get into it.
Gonzalez bounces back to her, puts it back forward. One for Locklear to chase. Her side already have 4 goals. They're 3 goals up, but Locklear chasing after it with tenacity.
Locklear still having energy after 90 minutes, and especially the way she's been bumped around all day, too.
Here's Dallas in the attack. Try to tack on another one before we call a close to proceedings. Strong challenge put in by Cheyenne Allen. Surely offside. Locklear is indeed. The flag goes up.
Key, turn behind the ball.
Offside from the near side assistant. Locklear was making her way back onside when that pass was played forward to her by one of the other substitutes, Cheyenne Allen.
Lily, drop.
Kelly Van Treacle cleared away, but before that clearance, there was a foul.
Dangerous free kick position here for Dallas. Fort Lauderdale going to play that high line on the 18.
Bella Hera in between the sticks. Conceded one to Amber Wisner. She'll go again direct. And just wide. She scored with a powerful header from a corner.
And Wisner saw how they were setting up the wall and decided to go near post.
And Amber Wisner goes just wide. Obviously a challenging day at the office, but picks up her first goal of the campaign. Had 3 goals, 2 assists in playing every minute of 2024-25. This will be her final professional season. Age 34, the captain opened her account. So that will be what Dallas will take from Fort Lauderdale if proceedings end as they are right now. Gonzalez will loft one forward for Kiara Locklear. In the end, it runs a little bit too much out of play. It's a throw in here. Davison back to Foster. They're just putting her head down, continuing that press. Long ball forward. It's knocked down in the midfield. A drop of the shoulder there from Baldwin. Lofted forward from Simpson. Kelly Van Treacle, who started the match on the right wing, scored a second goal of the game on the left wing, playing in the center of midfield right now for Fort Lauderdale. They made a number of swaps here. It's a corner, far side of the field. So Dallas a chance to perhaps pick up another consolation goal from another all-year cooling and plumbing corner from the far side of the field. Samar Guidry will be the player that makes their way over to the far side to try and take it.
And it's so important that Fort Lauderdale is able to clear this out. Do not let the ball bounce in the box.
We saw that happen a moment ago. Amber Wisner had a solid opportunity to pull another one back. Guidry drives this one in the box, dangerous. Simpson pushes it away through a crowd. It's blocked. Kelly on the turn, also blocked. Rolled out wide there. Guidry drives a low one in. Simpson gets a foot to it. A header that flicks it away. Gonzalez bumped from behind, and it's a foul. And a chance to kill more time here for Fort Lauderdale with perhaps a minute and a half of the minimum remaining.
Fort Lauderdale did a good job defending that corner. They were in zonal defense inside the 6, and everyone else was man-to-man outside.
Launched forward by Ansbrow. Allen can't keep it in play. Locklear, she wants another herself. Spins around, has McCarthy with her. Locklear goes to McCarthy. Lily McCarthy on the right. It's blocked. Maybe if you're going to make one complaint, it'd be a little slow in the attack there from Fort Lauderdale. There's a coming together in midfield. Wisner able to spray it along, advantage being played. They're outnumbering the Fort Lauderdale defense here. Caroline Kelly pokes it along for Shepard. Can Shepard keep it in play? She can, but it's blocked. It will spin back to the forward. It drops and it's cleared away. Few late dramatic moments in this. Shepard lets this one bounce wisely. Lifts it into the box, aiming for the back post. Parried away by Hera. Had to get a hand to it. Goalkeeper not clocking out just yet. Thornton trying to get past her opponent, unable to do so. And in the end, that will be full time here. Dallas perfect through 3, but fall handedly to a strong, dominant performance from Fort Lauderdale United, who take this one 4-1.
Dallas just struggling in that first half, not able to recover, being down that many goals. But Fort Lauderdale scoring 4 goals. They looked amazing tonight with the possession, offensive, defense, the tactics. This was a complete team win by Fort Lauderdale United.
Most goals by a single team in a single match so far this campaign. And the biggest margin of victory in the 2025-26 Gainbridge Super League season. And our player of the match here today at the end of our match is Kelly Van Treek after a dominant performance. Player of the game presented by Baptist Health, committed to keeping our athletes and community at their best.
And everyone would agree that she is player of the match. I mean, she was all over the place. She was shooting from the outside. She was on the right. She was on the left, doing it all and helping to get this attack going. 2
goals for Van Treek. They were half of the job for Fort Lauderdale United, who win 4-1. One last break. On the other side, your full-time highlights and stats from South Florida. Fort Lauderdale 4, Dallas 1. Full-time scenes at a jubilant beyond Bankard Field. Fort Lauderdale United FC 4, Dallas Trinity FC 1 is our full-time score at the end of this one. Jack Edwards, Christine Huber here to round out our broadcast with our full-time highlights presented by Blue Water, books and charts. It was a match that got off to a solid start for Dallas. We'll look at our save of the game presented by Omega XL Sport. Routine in the end from Bella Hara. Didn't have too much more to do beyond that. In the 10th minute, she survived that chance. And in the 16th, a chaotic sequence would lead to the first goal of the game for Kelly Van Treek.
Yeah, and it was Hamden who wound up picking it off the defense and getting this ball forward, and that's what started it. Van
Treek picks one up in the 16th. 40th minute, we'll jump into now. Dropped in the box from Rajai. It takes an awkward deflection off Davison into the back of the net.
So unfortunate here for Dallas, and this was just kind of how the way went for them. Just the ball didn't bounce at all for them.
This one bounces into the bottom left corner. It was 2-0 at the break. We go now to the 59th minute. There will be a chance here to drive one in from Shania Gordon. It would break kindly for Van Treek for her second.
And just a heads-up play by Hamid there. Realizing her back's to goal, she doesn't have a shot, and she lays it off to help her teammate get the brace.
Van Treek, the brace, our player of the match, presented by Baptist Health. This one, the easier one perhaps of the night, just lifts it past and makes it 3-0. There would be a route back into the game. A really well-worked corner here from Amber Wisner.
This is a really beautiful goal. It's probably not going to get as much hype because of the final scoreline, but wow, what an amazing head goal.
Amber Wisner, a fantastically placed header. That made things 3-1, so there was a question in the 73rd minute. Could they get themselves back into the game? Dallas in the 81st minute, Kiara Locklear would put those questions to bed. Spins past one, and perhaps could have finished on the first one. Has to work a bit harder and gets it on the second try.
It was a nice save by Foster to stop that breakaway, but Locklear able to stick with it. She's been working hard all night. She definitely deserved to get a goal.
Locklear makes it 4-1. That rounds things out here today. Your full-time stats presented by Beyond Bankard. Your final thoughts from this one, Christine?
I mean, the big thing was Fort Lauderdale was able to get into the box. They were able to finish their chances. Dallas didn't, and that equals that final score line of 4-1.
Dallas were perfect through 3 games. They had picked up 9 points. Fort Lauderdale are now the closest on their heels. Their 3 points and a dominant win here today bring them up to second spot. With 8 total points on the campaign, they're one off the current Gainbridge Super League leaders. What a match it turned out to be between these two sides. 4 goals for Fort Lauderdale. It's the most by a single side in one match so far this campaign. And a 3-goal win is the most by any team so far in the 2025-2026 Gainbridge Super League. And important for Fort Lauderdale to get this win right ahead of this long road trip. They win this one 4-1. My broadcast partner, Christine Huber, and our entire production crew, Jack Edwards, signing off from Beyond Bankard Field. A final score, Fort Lauderdale United FC 4, Dallas Trinity FC 1. Vital moments throughout the game. In the end, Van Treek a double. Sees things out in the end for Fort Lauderdale. They head on the road. Coming up next at Brooklyn FC, Dallas head to Tampa to try and bounce back. Full-time score from South Florida. Fort Lauderdale United 4, Dallas Trinity FC 1.
Telecasts of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.